Hello and welcome back to another episode of Law and Order. It's a police procedural set in Waterdeep, starring some of your favorite Twitter shit posters. We are back in Sethma's court on the stakeout involving just about everything but waiting for somebody. And we are running on an almost full house tonight. Welcome back to Jenna. Welcome back to Donovan. And let's get into those favourite words. When last we left you. Our Warden Patrol on their stakeout in Sethma's court had intervened when a unit of Zentarum agents tried to set up shop across the court from them. They freed some hostages, came back later that night, and in a somewhat brutally efficient SWAT-style building storm, took out everyone in the building, bar two. There is a Zent agent beaten senseless, unconscious upstairs, and there is another agent, a half-elven woman, who just surrendered. Someone made the threat, and I quote, "We will make you talk," only to discover that this surrendered Zanithar agent had no tongue. And that's where we pick back up. We have a new development on our combat maps thanks to Harpy Arena. We've been waiting on this one for a little bit, and they have delivered and then some. So thank you to you guys. If we can bring up the combat map, and everyone, feast your eyes on these sweet little stand-up tokens.
Oh.
Pan the camera around a bit. Yes. Here are our amazing wardens next to their tongueless witness.
That's so cool.
And with that, over to you.
Okay.
So we're going to need something to write with, right?
We should. All right.
We could play
Okay.
charades or something. It could be fun.
All right. First things first. Who's got a hold of her? Or them?
At this point, she's standing in the corner with her hands up and out, her blades at her feet, and just looking around, taking in every little movement.
Okay, Nixie, point your bow at her, and Ornipus, grab her.
Say less.
Say no more.
And then I look at Philia and Charise. I say, can you two look around, see if there's anything, any valuables, anything like that? We can grab that, and we'll take this hostage and the other hostage back to the tower.
Hey,
So at this
come here for a
point,
minute. I just need to just point of order here.
Are you hungry?
We don't take hostages. They're witnesses, suspects, not hostages.
I made
Hey,
a tomato.
And I go, okay, point of order. We must, from this point on, we cannot call them hostages. Someone has let it known that
We call them special guests.
I mean, you can slap a different name on it all you want, but we know what it is at the end of the day.
I'm down.
and I turn back to Charise and I go, could you dispose of the suspect upstairs? Maybe you're extra hungry today. I don't know.
Are you suggesting Vor?
I'll go see what the situation of the suspect is.
you see this woman, like, just every time someone speaks, her eyes move to them, and she's just like, she started with one eyebrow up, and now the other eyebrow's coming up to meet it.
Philia
She
just
looks over to
copies
Ornipus
every
and
expression.
She looks over to Ornipus and has, like, questioningly holds her hands out in front, or puts her hand behind herself, like, which way do you?
Hands where we can
how do
see
you
him.
want me?
Hands where I can see him. I pull up my hand crossbow. Hands where I can see him. Lenore does not have a hands crossbow, but she puts her hands up in like a fighting style.
Noted.
Ready to police brutalize. So, all right, I'm just gonna.
I will go upstairs.
Okay. So as Charise takes off upstairs, and by upstairs I mean roughly over here.
Roughly over here.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm looking to see if I don't have a pencil or charcoal or a quill or whatever I need.
I would say for the purposes of being members of the Watch, you would have a quill and some parchment on you.
Excellent. I produce one from nowhere and I'm like, hi, so my name's Philia and we have some questions. Here's some paper because you seem to be a little tongueless. What's your name? And I just hand her the paper and the quill.
Even she hasn't been tied up yet. She's just keeping her wrist together for good measure and takes that and...
Yeah.
I'm just intimidating her the entire time, like looking at her. Like, go ahead. You can.
You know what? Go ahead, give me an intimidation check. While you're doing that, she writes 2 words at the top of the parchment, Kyre Karim. Or Kyrie Karim. That's Kyre for our note takers. Kerym.
I got a 19.
You know what? On a 19, every time she's not looking at someone specific talking, she's keeping an eye on you because she has identified you as the primary threat in the room.
Rightfully so. She's smart.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I left the room.
Well, like I said, she's smart.
And assuming you would now be standing over the body of an unconscious Zanithar agent.
Male or female?
Oh no, this is Charise, but I believe it was a female.
Oh yeah.
What's going on upstairs, just for the record?
What is the state of this person? We didn't know if they were dead, unconscious, or what.
They were unconscious. There was one person who just got smashed in the side of the head with the flat of Gabe's blade.
Okay.
So at the moment, their eyes are rolled back into the top of their head, and they don't seem to have any worries going on right now. They don't seem to have a lot of anything going on right now.
No thoughts,
All right.
head empty.
I'll tie their hands behind their back, strip them of any weapons, see if they got anything else on them that might be incriminating.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll hit them with like Cure Light Wounds.
Okay, so you see a lot of the bruising and a few deep gashes and cuts from weapons and a couple of Nixie's arrows start to heal up. They sort of stir gently but don't seem to wake up terribly. You don't find much on them, just a kukri, an inward curved blade from the east somewhere, and a small crossbow. There's a dagger in their boot. It's not really worth anything. It probably looks more like it would kill by your tetanus rather than cutting or stabbing. And that's about all.
All right, I'll drag her downstairs. We can question her later. I'll just put her in a corner somewhere.
So you guys are questioning Kyrie down here. You just hear as Charise has the agent upstairs by one of the legs and is just very gently, carefully bringing them down. And okay, so we have a name. What's next on the agenda for your witness?
Do you guys think we should move these two to the other tower? I don't know if there's more.
Yeah, we should probably move them to the tower we were in, or we bring them down to our the guardhouse or whatever we call it. But either way, I don't want to hang out in this abandoned building talking to these guys.
Why are you uncomfortable?
I don't know where they came from. They came from like wasn't there like a basement or a sewer system that they came up from or some shit like that?
You have a problem with sewer people? Is that what you're trying to say?
You
No,
don't?
I'm just
don't?
fucking with you. Nah, I was just busting your balls, man. Don't worry. Ma'am.
They-
Don't worry, ma'am.
So your character would remember, even if you don't, because it was a while ago. They walked straight in off the street. They walked straight in through the entrance to the court, looked around, and went, "Yeah, that building will do nicely."
Okay.
And walked in, took everyone in there hostage, and went to set up base.
Well, I still like our tower.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I look out the windows. Is the court pretty much clear? It's nighttime, right?
Mm-hmm. There's a light snow, but that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, I just say we just walk them across.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah. I'm basically waiting until I can ask what happened to her tongue. I think it's dispolite to do it immediately, so let's take her hostage and then I can do it. It sounds better.
You're a lot
Prisoner.
more considerate than me.
Prisoner,
What?
not hostage.
Oh, did we try her already? Okay, prisoner. You don't have a trial here. We just take you.
Well, technically,
A person of interest. Why would you make it this complicated? Why don't we? If it's red, call it red. God damn it!
but what if it's crimson or more of like a
Oh my god!
like a chartreuse?
Can we just call them persons that have been abducted?
What the fuck is chartreuse?
I think it's a red color. I'm
No,
kind of
you're just making shit up. I don't
Okay,
know.
I've eaten a chartreuse. That's a vegetable.
Let's head over to the Warden's Tower. The Kyrie, for her part, puts up no resistance. She seems to have actually anyone who wants to can roll an. Thank you. I learned something today. Anyone who wants to can roll an insight check. Otherwise, for her part, she just puts up no real resistance.
Oh. A 17.
17 from Philia and Nixie.
Ooh.
Yeah, you sense somewhere between a wariness but also relief. Seems like there almost seems like she's seeing this as an opportunity, but is still not 100% sure how that opportunity is going to play out.
Can I attempt something like with a spell? I want to use message, but kind of like in an unintended way. Could I just be constantly casting message?
Yeah, of course. It's every 6 seconds. So generally speaking, it really just goes like a slightly slower than usual paced conversation.
And Lenore can read my thoughts, right?
Yes, you are in telepathic communication within 100 feet. So yes, she can also read your thoughts. Where are we going with this?
I turn around to her, and I look at her and I go, okay, we don't want to hurt you, all right? She understands common well enough.
Are you saying this out loud?
I'm saying this out loud.
Okay, she gives you a nod.
Okay. I take Lenore off of my shoulder and I sit her on this person's lap. And I want Lenore to speak for her as Lenore hears the message conversation. That way I don't have to keep repeating back and forth.
Okay, so are we...
And actually, Lenore doesn't want to sit on her lap, so she just sits on the couch next to her.
Sure. Okay, so we will say if we can go to the Warden's Tower, we'll just have our Gabe can be sitting up the back looking semi-imposing, as Ornipus is standing here looking very imposing.
Yeah, Gabe's on lookout duty.
Gabe is absolutely on lookout duty.
He's got that ranger perception.
He's got that whiz.
We'll say Nixie. We'll put Nixie directly behind her with her bow, and Charise standing up nice and close. So, you place Lenore down next onto her lap. She's like, the closer you hold out Lenore, she's like leaning away, like, nope.
I explained to them. I explained to the rest of the wardens, like, I'm not going to be able to talk during this. I don't think, if I'm concentrating on this. So I just take out my wand and I start kind of just whipping it. And there's like between the two of us, there's just one airplane going back and forth. And so, like, you guys will have to do all the questioning. It's up to you.
Okay.
That's just the goddamn devil.
Okay. All right. We'll start off with questions like, how many of you are there? Who else knows you're here?
What happened to your tongue?
Who did this to you?
It's a fair question.
I'm just asking.
Okay, it's the creepiest thing you've experienced with. Fuck me! I looked over to the cameras and there's Lenore front and center, and legit just fucking got me. She's sitting there like taking it all in, and as you see her looking thoughtful, Lenore looks up at you all and goes, "There were 6 of us. There was Hamstring, there was me, and there were 4 underlings."
You don't have to do the voice.
Yes, you do.
You don't
Yes,
have to
you
do
do.
the voice.
Why would I not do the voice? I'm the Duncan Doctor.
No.
I will quit
Keegan,
unless
this
you
is your
do. You
doing.
don't.
You did this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. All right. If you want to do the voice, you can, but it is not needed.
No,
It sounds like Marge Simpson.
Wow,
Me? First they grabbed me.
it was me and homie.
No one knew where we were. We were supposed to report in to homie, but
Okay.
we hadn't put the report in yet.
What was your actual objective?
We were to start up a new outpost
For what?
for the Black Network.
What?
Who is your contact to the rest of the organization?
I don't know. Hamstrung knew everything. I wasn't allowed to know anything.
Which one is Hamstrung?
I think I killed her. Maybe.
Small, black hair, full of blood, dead.
That sounds about right.
Sounds like my ex-wife.
For after she took the kids.
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
At this
So-
point, Philia's like tippy tapping and goes, "What happened to your tongue?"
It's a fair question. I want to know too.
I mean, it's just not there.
It's the elephant in the room. I need to know.
Yeah, so
Or lack
Kyrie shifts a little bit uncomfortably, and Lenore just sort of turns around and looks up at her like,
I want to punt. Oh, I want to punt it so bad. Go on.
her tongue was cut out when she was little. She was born in the slave pits in Skullport.
Oh.
tough break.
Is that why you're being so open about all of this?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, that's significantly less cool than I thought it would be, and I'm disappointed.
What did you think?
I don't know. She could have like been in a battle, and she could have had a secret password, and it was like, or someone could have bit it, or so. I don't know. It could be anything.
She could have totally gotten like wasted on grog and like ripped it out herself. That would have been so much better than, like I lost it when I was a baby. Like who the fuck cares now? Like I'm done.
It's like
I've
I'm
learned.
sorry to disappoint you.
And I just stop and I look at the rest guys. And I go, it's like there's no character development if it happens when she's young. Like she didn't go through anything. It's like it's always been like
Yeah,
this.
right.
And then
like,
I just go back to
that's
this
just
stuff.
lazy.
That's what they do to the slaves in Skullport, you idiots.
And I stop. I go, which is unfortunate. I mean, that sucks for her, but I don't know. It just seems strange. And I go, but
Everyone's a critic.
All right, so after you got established, you got your outpost here set up. What was the next objective? Do you know?
We were one of the underground units. We were supposed to gather slaves for the network.
Is anybody expecting you guys to come back at some point?
I'm sure they'll send somebody, but they don't know where we were going. We were supposed to report in when we had an outpost. They'll have to search the whole city.
So where were you supposed to report?
Armstrong would have known.
Damn it.
oh,
Wait, I just look over. I wonder who we blame for that.
Kyrie looks up at Charise and goes,
You were wielding the holy spells. Can you bring her back to talk?
No.
Oh. To be fair, she would have gone down fighting.
Why did
She
you have
was
to think
psychotic.
about that, Charise? You thought about it for a second. Why
Oh,
did you hesitated? I saw that.
There's a process. There's a whole process. It works different from deity to deity, and with mine, there's a fee. And I don't.
I'm hearing a lot of excuses, but
I know.
I'm
and
just saying.
what is-
No.
I'm very intrigued now. What is this fee you speak of?
Look, just don't worry about it.
No.
That
I'm
piece of shit is not worth the fee. But if
I'm
any of you goes down,
Already worried
I'll
about it.
pay the fee for any of you, but not for some Zent piece of shit that tried to kill us.
does the fee adjust according to how worth it the person is? So, like, I would be like 100,000 gold, and like Lenore would be a copper piece.
We need to know these things.
No. I need to clarify. I will never bring Lenore back.
I'm priceless.
Oh, thank God. Oh, you know what? Like, I
love you too.
that was music to my ears. No. Don't look at me.
Okay, so we have no contact. The only person who knew is dead. They were supposed to set up an outpost. They failed, and then they were going to start capturing slaves. I suppose the homeless people here were going to be the targets of that slavery.
Presumably.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so...
Wait, did we just like? Okay, so hear me out. So there was the guy who was like making pies out of the homeless people, and these guys were making slaves out of the homeless people. Did we just unsolve homelessness? Because it sounds like everything was sorted out. There was going to be no homeless people, and that's a problem.
well, yeah, but
Live
then
in
there
your
wouldn't
brain.
there wouldn't be any slaves then. So
out of curiosity, I don't have it right in front of me. What is the penalty for slavery in Waterdeep?
I can.
You
look that up.
are lucky. I will have that in front of me in just a second.
I pulled it up.
Thank you.
the penalty for owning slaves is that you will get too
Flogging and
many
hard labor up
high
to 10
fives.
years. Flogging, hard labor, 10 years.
Up to 10 years, yes.
They
So
just
10
flog
years?
people.
Is there well, what is the penalty for a conspiracy revolving around this? Conspiracy to create the or in furtherance of these crimes. That would be like a sentencing enhancement, wouldn't it? And, you were targeting a
probably.
specific demographic of persons, so I'll even attach a hate crime enhancement on that too.
Well, if the first one was flogging and hard labor, the second one's probably spanking and soft labor. It's just logical.
I thought it'd be pegging.
Slap on disturbing the peace.
Maybe. Yeah.
Is pegging really is pegging really like a bad punishment? Never mind. I've said too much already.
It depends. If we find out that they don't.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Law and Order. Procedural set in Waterdeep.
Just memory dumps the last 20 minutes.
Last we left.
We're restarting.
No, so I mean, we've got the intent to take slaves. We've got assaulting an officer, resisting arrest, conspiracy, and then the hate crime enhancement.
Okay,
what would you say that all boils down to?
But
so,
it sounds like she was kind of forced into doing this.
Kyrie looks up between Charise and Ornipus, particularly as you just say that, and she says, and Lenore says,
"You can do whatever you want to me, just..."
And she pulls her collar aside and she says, "Just get rid of this." And there's like an arcane branding on her collarbone with the symbol of the Black Network on it.
"If you get rid of this, they can't see where I am anymore."
Wait, they can see.
Can I do an Arcana? Can I do an Arcana check?
Give me an Arcana check.
After he's done, can I see if I can see your titty? What do I roll for that?
It's just a 16.
Perception.
Sweet.
16.
16. On a 16, you would recognize the basic structure of the glyph. Like it's got the symbol of the Black Network, but the glyphs around the outside of it indicate a form of ownership, tracking, and see one of these in Waterdeep where slavery is illegal, but it's not the first time you'd have come across something like this. But on a 16, probably not entirely aware. You wouldn't know how to get rid of it, for example.
Yeah, I turn to Charise and I go, "I don't know how to remove curses." And I look at Philia. Do either of you know?
Do you think that this sort of thing endures after someone has died? Like, does the brand still function after they've died?
I pull out my sword and I go, "Well, it's worth a shot."
No. What I mean is, will these people who are keeping track of her be able to scry on the ones that are dead back in the warehouse and determine that they're dead?
I put my sword away. I imagine they'll be the people scrying will know when they've died, but not know where they've died. But I have no clue.
This glyph you would know to a degree. You can give me an Arcana check too if you like, Charise. Is really just whoever is the owner of this brand, and therefore this slave. If they know that slave is missing, they can invoke a spell or an incantation, and essentially get a knowledge of what direction that slave is in, how far away they are. It's essentially an anchor for a tracking spell.
And if the person is dead, does the tracking spell still seek the glyph, or does it seek the person?
You don't know.
And I say,
on a
okay,
10, it's definitely, you don't know.
I think we've gotten enough information out of her.
Yeah.
I think we should have her sent
Kill her?
to HQ.
Yeah.
Or kill her.
Down
I mean,
the
we
scope.
can flip a coin if you guys want.
I don't even think we
No,
have
we
to do that. Let's just...
We don't need to flip a coin.
We just do it
Should we
anyway.
flog her now?
I thought we said we were pegging.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the sentence for the multitude of these crimes would be death. I'm sure someone could argue that she was compelled to do it, but I don't think it's really our problem. We're here for something else entirely. I say we take her and the other person who's still not conscious, bring them down to the guardhouse, let them transfer them to central holding or something, and just be done with it. Like, I don't, especially if they've got scrying shit on them. I don't want them anywhere near me if they've got scrying shit on them, dead or alive.
Yeah. I say we walk them out of the court, blow the whistle for the rest of the watch to have them picked up, and then go back to the stakeout.
Yeah.
On you within a couple of minutes tops.
Okay.
All right, so
we're trying to track down these people now, right?
We're
not trying to track these people down. These people were just here causing a ruckus while we were here on a stakeout. Like, we just happened to notice them up to shenanigans while we were on our stakeout. So that's kind of like why I'm willing to just kind of brush it off to someone else and let them handle it. It's not our circus, not our monkeys.
That's bush league shit. That's not a problem.
Yeah, it's below our pay grade.
Okay, while we're here, I think we should do something real quick. So I think we had a pretty good raid just then. When we have to split up into two teams, how should we do that?
Carefully.
I mean, we did pretty decently that time. I think it worked pretty well. That we had a ground team and then kind of like the roof team. I don't know.
Like
the backdoor team, boys.
Yeah, we had like the front door and the back door. So it was me. Who else was a backdoor boy?
It was Gabe, Nixie, and Charise.
Okay, so we're the backdoor sluts.
Okay, so the BS team, and I turned to Ophelia and Ornipus, and I go, "What should our team name be?" And
Ford F-150.
Can't be the Ford F-150s, unfortunately.
Why? It can take a lot of loads.
I hate you all so much right now.
Come on, I thought we left that in the pre-chat.
Lie? Maybe we can get
brilliant.
a Ford We can get a Ford sponsorship.
Wouldn't that be awesome? You know how many dice you can carry in one of those babies?
Okay, that's fair. You got me there.
How about team shock and awe? How about that?
Well,
actually, no, we're team one. All right, team one.
Team one. Team
one. Team one, and then there's team back.
I want to be team A.
All right, we're team A.
Team one and
we're
team A.
Mm-hmm.
Team A. Team A is gonna walk these two prisoners down to the street. Suspects. Sorry.
Technically, they're prisoners because we are. I don't know if you remember. We're not just detectives. We are also kind of judges. So as soon as we call them prisoners, they become that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, does that work for everything? Like, if we call them like butt monkeys, are they automatically butt monkeys?
I don't think so.
I am.
I don't think so.
Come
so
on.
You can give me a history check to see if you can remember whether or not that's in the code legal.
I'm doing it.
You can give me a persuasion check to persuade the lords to include butt monkey into the code legal.
I just rolled a natural 20 for my history check.
Oh, hell yeah.
You, at the moment, can recall the code legal word for word. There is, unfortunately, no reference to butt or monkey.
Damn it.
But you
Okay.
know the channels. You also can remember the channels you would have to go through if you wanted to amend the code legal to include the term butt monkey.
Damn.
There you go.
Okay, you're right,
Alright.
Charise, but also I have the power and give you a wink.
All right. You show it to me when you get it.
Okay,
Okay,
Alright,
so
yeah.
our ground team will be
Team 1 or Team A.
Team A is
Ophelia, Ornipus, and Tenzo walk the prisoners down to the street.
Team A and Team BDS.
okay,
SM.
and so the second team is where are you guys going to be?
I'm sorry, what? We're in the tower.
Are you guys just staying in the tower? Okay.
Yeah, we gotta resume the stakeout. We gotta resume the reason that we are here.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out my hand crossbow and I just have it pointed at her back in case she tries anything froggy.
Yep. Okay.
Like eating bugs.
The hell?
That exactly that. Why do
So
you think I
it takes,
signed up for this job?
So tower team, the stakeout people. It takes about 5 or 6 minutes easily that they're going to walk up the length of Septimus Court. You can hear a whistle off in the distance, and then within a few minutes, you can just from this distance see like a bit of a handover taking place. Charise and Nixie, can I get perception checks from you, please?
Ah.
Damn it.
Okay.
We
So-
suck.
Yeah.
As you guys are
Can
just
Gabe
keeping an
roll?
eye out the window, you're warming yourself by the fire.
Oh, does
it's-
Gabe get a perception?
What to his
Yes,
eyes?
but no.
Love it.
Team Backdoor Sluts is not really known for its powers of observation.
You backdoors.
Who would have thought?
As you guys are sort of keeping an eye out the window, that fire's really warm, and you realize you get this sense suddenly, I think we're being watched. And standing at the door from this main meeting room
Oh
to
my
the
gosh.
interior of the tower, you turn,
Oh no.
and there is a small bird about the size of a stork. It has a violently orange, yellow, almost like flame plumage, brilliant blue chest. Its wings are a veritable technicolor, and it opens its mouth and begins to sing. I need both of you to make will saves, please.
Oh my gosh.
Would that be a wisdom?
Yeah.
A wisdom save, yes.
Okay.
Check me out of my old school archaic language yet again.
Ooh, what's up, baby?
Oh,
Nice. Oof.
Nixie, you feel
Not rolling
yourself
very well.
starting to get a little bit drowsy, and as you start to yawn, you catch yourself and like, wait a minute, it's late. It's not that late. And you look over, and Charise, you just feel extraordinarily pleasant and warm, like you've sunk into a hot bath on this cold, snowing, chilly ass winter night. And Nixie, as you look over, this bird sort of tilts its head at you and then looks over to Charise. And
Bruh.
Charise, there's just this slight piercing of this warmth as you see this bird's eyes staring into yours. I need one more wisdom save from you, please.
Come on. Don't roll shit. Don't roll shit.
Mine's okay.
Yeah, I didn't roll shit.
Okay, you, Charise, you find yourself starting to think over the events of the last couple of days before realizing something's not right here, and you shut your mind down. You immediately just start imagining a blank wall. And that is that seems to break the spell that you're in, and you find yourself really groggy, but starting to come back to your senses as this bird is looking between you and Nixie, looking very frustrated. Gabe, for his part, has turned around and with an 8 and a 10 is just sitting there with a happy little smile on his face, staring at the bird. And as you guys watch,
where's this bird standing?
This bird, if we can be centered in on Nixie on the roof backdoor team, please. This bird is right in the doorway from where your campfire is, and the central room of the tower. And as you start to see feathers just, and suddenly there's this storm of feathers swirling around, more feathers than there could possibly have come off this bird, until you see not a bird, but a man wearing a bright yellow hat, his clothes similarly a veritable technicolor, same as the bird. And as he looks to you all, I think your friends are coming up the stairs now, which is well timed. I understand you've been looking for me. My name is... Actually, give me a nature check. At this point, the rest of the party coming back up the stairs. Everyone who wants to can give me a nature check.
Can I give an Arcana check?
I will let you do an Arcana check. Anyone who has proficiency in Arcana.
I'm proficient AF, 18.
I rolled a natural 20 for my Arcana, so 24.
I got the natural 20 on the nature.
Yeah.
That's fine. Charise and Philia. Charise and Philia. You both in an instant kind of feel it's almost like, fuck, I'm an idiot. Willora. Willora is the name of a very rare bird known almost exclusively to Waterdeep. Born from the eggs of exotic birds, bathed in the blood of a goddess. These birds are shapeshifters with the ability to take on the form of humans, the ability to hypnotize, and the ability to take memories from people, to see into the memories of other people.
Oh shit.
Gabe shakes his head and was like, wow, it's been a couple of days, hasn't it, guys? I was just thinking about everything we've just done, and wait, what's going on? Our party has been met by a strange bird who turned into a man who introduced himself as William Laura. And our two people who smashed their nature and arcana checks have realized that they are looking at one of the legendary, near-mythical Willora, memory-stealing, shape-changing birds.
When they steal the memory, do you lose it, or is it copied?
It's copied.
Okay. Because that'd be screwed up.
Mm-hmm. Gabe's sitting there, what are we doing here? What? Who are you?
I level my hand crossbow, and I go, hey, you know why we... do you know why we need to talk to you?
Well, presumably, I hope it's not to shoot me. That would be bad for everybody, really.
Yeah, I think so.
Tenzo, watch this. What am I thinking right now? And I just stare at the bird man.
Roll a wisdom save, Philia.
Oh, wait, shit.
You fucked up.
I know, right?
God, I hope so.
It was in that
16.
moment.
Oh.
Mr. Laura looks at you and looks over his shoulder and goes, "You are thinking if I can guess what you're thinking or not."
He's real. He's a mythical bird. This
Anyone
dude
could have
is
guessed
like-
that.
No, it was what I was thinking, Charise. That was what I was thinking.
I just really want to know. Actually, what I want to know, what is it actually like to be Euphilia?
It's like if you gave like a unicorn crack and rainbows and then also made it lost and a cop.
For like a unicorn.
I
Yeah.
chose the right team to be on.
Well, you forget we didn't choose this.
Okay, that's true.
You don't choose the warden life; it chooses you.
I put my crossbow back into my holster under my jacket. And
A
I go,
very wise choice, sir. You are the Wardens, yes? The group of heroes who saved the moon sphere.
Yeah,
don't go
See,
throwing.
you
don't
read
go throwing
minds,
the
yet
H word.
am I supposed to be impressed
Look,
that you know that?
have a seat. Have a seat.
I think
And
we're
I go,
famous.
don't go throwing that H word around. You're using it pretty loosely.
Very well, thank you. All, I will take a seat. There. And he just walks over to an empty patch on the ground and just sits himself down cross-legged, looking up at the group as you all follow him in, or as the downstairs group follow him in.
Like, and then it's like I lean over. I lean over. I'm like, can we just like the
Can
burb?
I-
You
Can
want to fuck
I
the bird?
You know what? Like, and
Fairly,
You're just grunting. I.
it can
Wanna-
hear you.
You want to bang the bird?
Oh, she's frozen.
Oh no. She can't defend herself.
I know I can't because I keep cutting out. It's not fair. You can say literally anything while I'm like cutting out. It's really that's
All
right.
right. So this is the guy we were looking for. We have found him. Now we need to ask him questions about.
Yes, why indeed are you looking for me? This I don't know, and... Wait. Looks over to Gabe. Yes, you are here because Capian Fleurmeister sent you.
Mhm.
I cast we're sitting around a table, right? Or is he near the table, or is he just across the room?
He's just across the room on the floor. There isn't actually a table in here unless you want to take him into the dining room. What's
No,
left of the
that's-
dining room in the
that's fine.
smash table.
I take my paintbrush and I cast minor illusion and I create an image of the shard, the crystal shard
The crystal
that was
shard.
made out of the dark weave. Is that right?
Yeah.
The
From the
shadow
machine that
Shadow
was
weave.
born.
Shadow Weave, yeah.
weave.
And I go,
Yes,
what do you know about this?
this one appears to be freezing. Oh, never mind. She is back. He's just looking really intensely at the...
What?
I'm not sure, but I think I know why the Fleurmeisters thought I might be able to help.
Because you're an intensely magical being.
You must understand, I am a transformative being with a inherently, dark nature. My kind were created from the blood of a dark god, whether I'm dark or not.
Was it Shar?
Bishaba, I believe. Sort of the... Think of her as Timora's evil twin. Bad luck, not good luck. Regardless, yes.
Didn't some of the Wakinar go over to Bishaba's temple for a little while when Joaquin was gone? It was Timora and her, wasn't it? Or am I thinking?
Some of them may have. I mean, you can roll a history check while I look it up real quick on the Forgotten Realms wiki. I'm just going to pause that because
Man, I can't. Aside from that 120, I can't roll for shit today.
yeah, that's fine. You're not sure.
Well,
It's something you're confident you could look up if you went back to the House of Many Coins up on the High Road and just check some of the history records there.
I
So-
want to cast Minor Illusion again, just dispel the crystal, and I whip up a image of the device, the explosive device that from the very first
Yep.
raid. I go, do you know anything about this?
No, I can't say I do. It appears to be some sort of focusing machine. But I'm sure Capian could tell us more about it if we go to him now that I'm here. I understand you've been helping the people of Setma's court while
Can
you
I-
were waiting for me.
Can I try an insight check to see if he's being, or just like try to see if he's being truthful completely?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Try to see any changes in his eye movements. He's a bird, so I imagine it might be pretty hard.
He sort of has a very avian nature about his
Yeah.
movements, but
15.
he does look like a pretty canny sort of guy, and yet at the same time he does seem to be telling the truth. He looks genuinely pleased to be talking to you, and particularly when he just now is talking about the help you provided to the people of Setma's court the last few days. He says, "I'm very, very much in your debt for the help you've given these people whilst you were waiting for me. I would very much like to accompany you to the Flowmeister's house myself, rather than just give you what you need and send you on your way in case they need something further from me."
How late at night is it right now?
It's you went in after dark. Actually, I think you waited until the wee hours of the morning, so it's probably 2 or 3 bells until sunrise at this point. It's quite late.
Yeah. I don't think we should go directly there, because we're all pretty, like, no one has spell slots or anything like that. I don't imagine we're gonna get in a fight, but
Yeah.
how about we make a stop at the apartments first? Do you guys want to go back to Ornipus's mom's house?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, with the bird?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm hungry. I want to eat. I'm hungry. Let's go.
Let's show him to the family.
Well, job's done here, and I just kick the fire. that
Hey,
we
wait a minute!
started.
Whoa, wait a minute! Hey, don't go messing this place up. I'm thinking of buying it.
What?
Oh, no.
Is this? Are you joking?
No, I'm really thinking of buying this tower.
This
Um,
entire
How
tower.
rich are you?
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna look into how much it would cost, or if I could just squat here long enough and make it mine.
Why?
you're looking into the squatters' rights.
Why?
Because
It's free real estate.
Thank God.
Hey, let's go. I'm hungry. Let's go.
I pull my hand
I'm done.
crossbow back out.
You know what? For once, I agree with you, Tens. Let's do this.
You can't turn on your teammate. I won't make you do that.
Who said anything about turning? Literally, she turned on herself when she opened her mouth to speak.
That's
Are there
fair.
any feathers from the Wallora that are still around?
Give me. I'll say give me a perception or an investigation check if you're just going to casually have a look around, or if you're actually getting up and making a show of making a point of looking for
I'll
them.
make a show. You can look around. I'm gonna try and pluck a feather from the bird.
That's 11. Actually, could I make a second one just to? I want to look around and see if there's anything left in the tower of value.
Yeah,
Maybe
I want to look
we
too.
missed.
I want to look too.
I look at the Walora and go, will you just hold tight for a second while we clean
Ooh.
up here?
Rolled a natural
Ooh.
20 to look for feathers attached to the bird.
Hell
But he's
yeah.
not a bird now.
For feathers attached, yeah, there are no feathers on Mr. William Laura. Tenzo,
There isn't even one
in
caught
your
in his clothes.
no.
Damn it.
I wonder where they
Wanted a
go.
bird
I wonder if they
feather.
go back.
He
to
is,
Friday.
for all intents and purposes, a very finely, if not slightly eccentrically dressed young man. You get the sense of the son of a very successful merchant family, not quite nobility, but a step or a step and a half down. Tenzo, you don't see any feathers laying around, but Nixie and again Tenzo, as you are poking around the tower, you guys weren't part of the group that was exploring the tower previously. If we can just sort of zoom out and get the whole tower in the stream. As you're entering into this room here, if anyone else is joining them, you're welcome to sing out, and I will move you over. This
What
room.
are we looking for?
I was just looking
Sorry?
around for anything of value.
There is an old fireplace and what appears to be a long disused altar. Judging by the slightly aged coloring, it's to Joaquin.
What?
And the stacks and stacks of books on the bookshelves. Looking at the floor, there's some patches where the thick coating of dust on the floor is not there, so it appears like it's recently been tidied.
Was this the room that they were investigating?
Yeah.
Okay.
We found the weird cipher thing and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Because this tower is mysterious.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll do an investigation to see if there's any like spell oriented books to,
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Nah, it's just a 10. Why are we all rolling
10?
like crap? Except Philia.
Yeah,
Philia's
not
doing
really.
Rolled like 3 20s. I'm scared.
great. Yeah,
There's-
that's
You know what?
Um,
Like, now that you're actually saying that, you just jinxed yourself.
I
You were
know.
just not supposed to say anything at all.
I'm going to immediately
Mm-hmm.
die on my next roll.
Mm-hmm. Probably,
There's some history books. There's lots of books on philosophy. There's a few treatises on Joaquina theology and philosophy.
Oh, he's a liberal. I get it.
I take whatever books that are about Joaquin, and I just take a couple of them and I stick them in a bag.
Okay, sure. Let's take one.
And Nixie's in the room with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nixie is in the room with you.
Yep.
Yes.
I turn to Nixie and I go, I'm gonna wrap these up and give them to Charise and act like I went out of my way to get
Mhm.
these for her. Do you
I
want
think-
one in case you want to do something like that?
Let's do it.
Alright.
Let's go. I'm down.
mean, she would appreciate the fact that we saved money.
Yeah, she is a cheap bastard. What can we
Alright.
say?
All right, and I walk out to the main room.
Okay, as you are, according to these dice roll, as you are packing them away, you notice that one of these books is called On the Other Side of Economy by Luminor Tesher.
Wait a minute.
Was this Luminor's house?
I go, wait,
Wait, isn't that?
did King Luminor write this book? And I throw it to Charise. Like, did you see this?
Assuming we're back in the kitchen room now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a gander at this book.
Flipping through the opening chapter briefly, it very much seems to be in line with the philosophy of Joaquin that you were discussing with King Luminor, the notion that knowing how to build with money is more important than simply having money, and so it's the duty of Joaquina to teach those less off how to do better. That it's about spreading money around as evenly as possible, not just through taking it from the rich and giving it to the poor, but through teaching the poor how to manage their money better. Luminor is not a common name. It seems like it could be this could be Luminor's tower.
I could go talk to him.
Yeah, we should probably talk to him before we leave.
Yeah. So when we head out, we'll talk to him and I'll ask him.
He has the changeling kid, right? That's where we left her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll do a little rest and then we're gonna bounce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Could we long rest for the night here?
It's early morning.
A long rest would take you through to probably just after midday, or just around
Should
midday.
we want to rest here? It's like this is like squatters come through
Yeah,
here.
can I go home?
Yeah, I don't like this.
I kind of want to go home.
I kind of want to go to Ornipus's mom's house.
Well, yeah. For food.
Yeah, hell yeah. And booze?
You know what? I think King Luminor will probably hear it through the grapevine that we took care of him. Let's just go home. Come on, William. Do you just want to meet Orny's mom?
I will meet you guys at Mama's house. I'm gonna go talk to my boy Luminor.
Cool.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
Yep. I turn to Nixie. And he's totally not showing up, or she's totally not showing up. She does.
No, that more for us. Fuck her.
It's called the Joaquin goodbye.
Yeah.
Go. Oh, I'll meet you there, and they never show up.
Like I said, totally fine with me.
Okay, so that's...
You guys are fools to think I won't show up for free food. You're fools.
We could probably go back to the Law and Order screen for now, Mr. Tack. So we'll quickly talk to Charise first, just while you guys are on the road. It's a light snow in the morning. The traffic's pretty much non-existent. There's the odd... you can see the Dung Sweepers Guild going up and down the main roads, clearing the refuse of the night before. The Lamplighters Guild going and topping up all the lanterns. But apart from the odd shadowy figure who seems to see you guys coming and then decide better than to be on the same road, they duck into alleyways, take off. Meanwhile, Charise, as you head down to Luminor's building, where he's been keeping residence or keeping court, there's no one at the front door.
I'll just let myself in.
Okay. The door is unlocked. Heading in, you walk up that corridor and open the door at the end of the hallway to where Luminor's court is. and you are greeted by a room full of sleeping people.
Okay. Is Luminor one of them?
Luminor is indeed one of them.
All right, I'm gonna go poke him.
Okay.
Are you asleep? Hey, are you asleep?
Young Miss Wheeler, was it?
Yeah.
You scared me. Is everything okay?
Yeah, we're gonna be heading out here in a minute, but I wanted to talk to you about something else.
You found Miss Delora then?
Yes.
I'm pleased to hear that. We will miss your company.
Well, that's the thing I wanted to talk to you about, sort of. Did you write this book? Is this you?
Huh. I've not seen that for a good many years. Yes, I wrote that book.
We found it in the tower that we've been staked out in. What's the story with that tower?
That was home to a Wakina family. Good, maybe 100 years ago now.
It wasn't yours?
Give me an insight check.
All
I
right.
wanted you to have the best accommodations we could offer.
Yeah, motherfucker, 23.
23. He doesn't want to. He looks like he's trying to avoid talking too much about it. It looks almost like a painful memory to him.
Okay. Well, look, I'm not interested in dredging up your past or getting all touchy-feely with you and causing problems. What I wanted to know is if you're in a position to sell that tower.
It is my understanding that that tower belongs to another, but they have not been seen in some time. You could perhaps look at purchasing it from the city, assuming that its previous owner does not. I'm not the most recent owner of the tower, but assuming they do not step up to claim it, then perhaps the city would give it to you. But as is the nature of Sethma's court, you could lay claim to it simply by moving in.
I'll give it some thought. Really, my intention is to open up something that, I mean, yeah, it would be a nice place to live, I think, with a little work. But I think it would be nice to have a facility that is being fully serviced by the temple to actually help the people out down here, rather than the nearest location being somewhere up the hill where they can't see what's going on down here.
Well, this city has yet to have a House of Splendor, and I could think of no better place. And I'm sure that with Mr. Laura on your side, it may even be free of the many irritants that plague real estate in Sethma's court, keeping it free for the homeless. You see a little twinkle in his eye. And your mind immediately goes back to the thin layer of crusting white over all the pavements that is not snow.
Yeah.
And it occurs to you, Mr. Laura may actually have a hand in keeping Sethma's court free of nobles and merchants and people who want to buy up the real estate.
Yeah. I mean, basically what I'd want to do is I would start with the tower, make it something that services this area, and then start building up the area and putting people back into those buildings, but not nobles, the people who live here. You know what I mean? So
yes, I think that could be
long-term plans.
very easily done. I look forward to working with you, young Miss Wheeler.
Yeah, this will be fun.
If it's all the same, I'm going to return to my meditations now.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Safe travels. And while this is happening, we sort of skip forwards by another 5 or 10 minutes and reach sort of the border, the southern end of the South Ward, the north end, where it reaches the north part of Dock Ward, heading up into a hallway that's very familiar to Tenzo and Ornipus, where you've all been before. What you do notice as you approach, everyone can give me a perception check if they like. Ornipus, you succeed automatically. Hanging from the door handle into the apartment is a piece of very beautifully made red ribbon wrapped around the door handle twice.
Oh no! Guys. Okay, stop.
What?
Okay, yeah, we gotta go to my house right now.
What?
I rolled for this, by the way. This is
Ornipus'
not
mom.
fucking with
Orny's mom is working, so she's with a client. So
Queen.
For a job.
I just open up the door for Aberdeen's Arts and Crafts and go inside.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I mean, like, more power to her, but damn. Hungry.
It's
Now we have to go to your house.
It's quite dark in Tenzo's apartment. There's a little bit of it's a very healthy, vibrant sort of chaos, but there is a chaos to the apartment. You can definitely tell that a couple of artists live there. Amadeus, for his part, is nowhere to be seen.
Oh wait, do you have the map?
I have not imported the map
Okay.
into.
You walk in and it's the art store part, and then you have to walk through it to get to the apartment.
Yeah, so there's a storefront, but at this hour, the little latch that comes up to let people walk past the counter is just open. As you walk in past, there's a small bowl of food sitting there, with a little tea on a card sitting next to it.
What if your
And
dad's working, Tenzo?
He's probably not awake yet. I start to like open up the curtains and
there's a soft snoring. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna take off my cloak and my jacket, and I'm gonna summon Cloaky, and I'm gonna command Cloaky to start whipping up some tea and biscuits, and then I'm gonna sit Lenore on the table. I go, all right, Lenore, can you please set the table for everybody?
Okay. The rest of you watch with interest as the cloak bustles around the kitchen with hot water and tea and various cups, and in mild fascinated horror as Lenore, with her pudgy little hands without any fingers,
horror and disgust. There's no other way to like describe that. I'm just disgusted.
Sticks it down over a spoon, and the spoon sort of sticks to her. She just drops it, and she's just waddling around the table.
You know what? I can
places.
eat with my hands. It's okay. It's all right.
Probably about just under 10 minutes later, as you're enjoying some tea and biscuits. Who has a passive perception over 15? If you can tell me, I need to make my cheat sheet still.
Nope.
Tenzo, for your part, Tenzo and Ornipus, you're more attuned to this. You hear the sound of a door opening very quietly out in the hallway. And you hear... You know what? Give me perception checks, both of you.
Oh, that's an 18.
Out of 15.
Okay. You hear 2 sets of footsteps very quietly heading away down the hall. I rolled for this shit, man. I promise I rolled for this shit.
I lean over to Ornipus and I go, looks like you just got dinner for a week.
Listen, I know that me and you go back, so we're fine.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything.
And I appreciate that. I just need you to know that I'm really looking forward to the food this week.
I know, me too. Where do you think I'm going to be? I'm going to be eating dinner with you. And
I rolled a d10 on a 6, 7, or 8. Should be with a client. Sorry, on a 7, 8, or 9, there'd be a client, and I rolled a 0, which is 10. So about a minute later, the door opens again, and you just hear a gentle knock on the door to your apartment, Tenzo. Yeah, Amadeus, are you up there? Is it you?
I go and I tell Ornipus, like, hey, you should probably go talk to your mom. I'm gonna wake up my dad.
Ma, what are you doing?
Ma!
Ma, the meatloaf.
I came to make sure my clients, they leave. I see the door, and I thought maybe Amadeus was up. I wanted to make sure everything was all right. It's you and your friends. What are you doing inside? You don't have biscuits. You come in, I get your proper food.
Hell yeah.
You're not busy? You're not working?
No, I am finished for the night. You come in, we'll give you proper food. Mitzi, my darling girl, she gives all the food. So appreciative. I miss you.
She's got some fresh man jam for those biscuits too.
Hey,
man jam?
That's our.
Please tell me that wasn't in character.
No, I'm not there.
Lovely
oh
lady.
yes, right.
Tenzo comes out of the room and I'm carrying my dad, like with my arms wrapped around his chest, and his like arms are like this. And I go, he's a heavy sleeper, guys. He's not dead. And I kind of plop him in a chair and I shove a plate of food in front of him.
You don't wake him on my account. I see the light on. I worry something wrong with Amadeus. Like, I'm good neighbor. I take care. But you put him back to bed. You come back. You come to my house, darling. I feed you.
I follow. I want food. I'm gonna.
I just leave him. I just leave him there, and I make sure he's not gonna like fall forward. And I go, yeah, I'm pretty hungry. I love you. I just write a quick note. Love you, Dad.
Moved you out of bed. Love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open the store.
You head across the hallway, and she's like, you sit. You make yourself comfortable. I'll be in the kitchen. 2 minutes. I come out. Lots of food. Lovely. Light snack for this hour. Yes. I bring lots of salad for you, my darling. And she looks to you.
Thanks.
Yeah. I remember your friends. Some they don't eat meat. It's okay, Oni. I take care of my little Oni. I take care of all his friends. She bustles off from the kitchen. You start hearing the sound of like knives and platters and everything as she's just going nuts as only a Mediterranean-inspired mother can.
Love her.
What's William Laura doing right now? I forgot that he's.
Honestly, Laura is just wide-eyed looking at everything. Like this is you get the sense this is a side of Waterdehavian society he's just never seen before.
This is a pretty much normal day for us.
Fascinating. Your mother does business at these hours. Perhaps I am looking forward to trying this food. I tend to eat very simply, but your mother's accent sounds rather like Far East Chaunderson, and the food there, I'm told, is quite exquisite. And you do not eat meat, young Miss, It looks to you, Philia.
Look, sometimes the ears just hit a little close to home, and I choose not to. It's a hard subject.
Yeah, enough. Yes, of course. I shall. No, I think I shall partake of all the food if it's all the same. I love to experience new cultures and foods and every part of Waterdeep. So, and at this point, Mama Ornipus comes out, just like platters of meats and breads and cheeses, like good light morning snacks, like a pre-breakfast, if you will. And she just like shifts a massive pile in front of you, Nixie. You wait right there, darling Philia. I come back for you. And
I
she
love
comes
her.
out with like tossed salad and everything in
I
front
love
of you.
you, mommy. I just.
I love you too, Nixie, darling. The daughter I never. So, what have you all been up to? Tell me your adventures. Have you been working hard for the watch?
Yes,
We
mommy.
found a bird
Yes,
man.
Ma.
Move to your mother. I will take her if you don't want her.
William Laura leans forward and goes, I have met your children here. They are wonderful people helping out the homeless at Septima's court. You have many children, but they are all one. No, darling. No. This one mine. The rest not quite mine. They're happy for them to be mine, but not actually mine. You know what I mean? He's like, yes, of course. I'm quite sure I know what you mean. Turn to someone like, help. So you.
Well, Ma, so this is a person that we have helping us out currently.
This is an
Of
informant.
course. You take very good care of him. I'm sure he's very important if he was working with Maione and his friends, yes? Oh, I like to think I'm, well, not that important, surely, but I hope to help on something important, yes.
It's
This is
really exciting,
fascinating.
Mrs. Bornopus. It's really exciting because he can read people's minds and he knows what people have been doing without having to tell them. And he's really cool. He has rainbow feathers.
So, as you're saying this, Mama Esphos looks over to Laura, and you can see her face start to flush slightly, like she's a little embarrassed. And then when you mention the feathers, she just sort of looks him up and down, and you say he has the feathers, darling. What? You need some sleep, I think, my darling. You up too late, working too hard.
That's not the first time someone's told me that.
I bring out you get some sleep. I bring out all the pillows, all the blankets, many pillows, but you wait right. Orny, you come help me. And she just bustles up. There's like a cupboard that's just full of pillows and sheets and blankets, like a good 20 sets. We've lost you.
Uh-oh.
At this point, I'll say you can choose if you want to have a short rest or a long rest. A long rest at this point would take you through to the afternoon, which is fine. You're welcome to do that.
I'm going to go long rest at my own apartment.
Sure.
That's fair.
Staying here as long as I can.
I point and I go, that green couch, that's the one you're going to want to sleep on.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend sleeping on the other couch, or the chair, or the other chair,
and
or
don't.
the floor.
That is not a swing.
I might just sleep on the floor. Floor, okay?
That's not a hammock in the corner. Just so you know.
Damn it.
You're gonna see a room, and you're gonna see what looks like a really fun swing, and it is, but I wouldn't recommend getting in it.
Roll an insight check, Nixie.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Just wait for it to appear on the feed.
so hasn't come on the feed yet?
It hasn't. What did you roll?
11.
You know what? We could say roll a deception check, both gentlemen here. But yeah, I would say
I'm like warning her. You don't want to.
I was also
Yeah.
trying to warn you, but I'm not stopping her either.
I didn't mean to roll a constitution.
I'm just gonna sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
yeah, might as well.
That's all I'm gonna do.
There's like you can load up like 3 or 4 blankets into like a small food.
Like I grew up a
fine.
street rat. I could literally like sleep anywhere. Like this is fine.
Yeah. And
This is
you know,
fine.
in spite of what may or may not be true about that couch and that chair and whatever swing in the other room the boys seem to be talking about, it's a really nice, warm, cozy, inviting little place. Lots of plush and red and warm lights. It's mwah. So
And a
yeah,
red light
we'll
on the
say,
porch.
It's a respectable place.
yeah. There may be a I am not actually hearing I'm not hearing Jess right now. Is anyone else hearing Jess right now?
Oh wait, no,
Nope.
I'm not either.
No.
Oh wait, I
Nope.
just heard her.
Okay.
I can't hear.
One
She's not
moment.
even turning green.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. Let's just could someone just send her a message to say drop out and come back in? I dread to think how many brilliant one-liners she's dropped and have gone unheard. But yeah, we'll say at this point you can all take in a long rest.
I had one earlier about Ornipus's mom being an expert salad tosser, but you know, I had to keep it to myself.
Yeah, there you go.
As you guys are settling into bed, Charise, you sorry, I can hear Jess talking in the next room,
Mhm.
but I can't hear her in here, and it's a whole thing.
I messaged her.
I did too.
Yeah, thank you.
Just in the middle of messaging her, and then my feed died. And then I wonder what happened.
I'm gonna hear some choice French words coming out of the next room in just a minute, and I can't wait.
That's sexy. That's flirting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you know, Charise, you come in just as everyone's getting settled down to bed. You can hang from the ceiling with your cloak wrapped around you if you like. And we'll say everyone gets in a long rest.
I just want to eat something and then I'm going to leave.
All right.
Yeah,
There's food left over on the table, so as you're all sort of settling down, Charise walks in, looks around, gathers up a big helping of food. Like, all right, walk straight the fuck back out again.
Deuces.
Did my dad wake up?
Peace.
Let's roll to see if my dad woke up or not.
See if your dad fucking just like, what?
He is going to wake up very confused in the morning. As you walk past, Amadeus is still just at the table.
I go, okay. I stop. I'm like dead tired, but I go, hey, I'm just trying to shake him awake.
What? Oh, hello, my son. Welcome back.
Yeah, hey,
I could have
You're-
sworn I went to bed, but it appears I did.
yeah. You remember how used to be small enough that you could carry me to bed when I fell asleep on the couch? Yeah, it's the opposite now.
Oh, I see. This isn't my bed, son.
Yeah, I know that. Do you know that it's like the workday has started?
I see. I looks out the window. He just gets up and starts like getting paints down and preparing for the day. Apparently, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Are you
This
off-
is just his.
Are you off to bed then, son?
Yeah, I had a pretty long night. I double over to give him a hug and
Mm-hmm.
pat on the back.
Yeah. He gives you a couple of tiny little like reaching up pats on the back. Someone, one moment.
He's just screaming at her.
I can still hear her talking in the next room.
I love it.
I'm
Heard her right there. I heard it.
So she can hear us, but we can't hear her?
I think so, yes.
She's not even in the voice channel anymore.
She's got to restart Discord completely. I had to do that.
Mike, at this point, you might as well just get up and go talk to her.
No.
I can't read that.
Just have her. Yeah, I had to restart Discord like earlier when it kept like kicking me out, and it looked like that I was in, and then I wasn't. So I know what it looks like for her because it's like.
That's okay. So Jess has not been trying to talk to us. She's on the phone, and she will rejoin us shortly.
Okay.
The more you know. Okay, so.
All right, so yeah, I tell my dad good morning and good night.
Mm-hmm. You, given the nature of the night, it's all rather. You'll fall off to sleep pretty quickly. Waking up the next morning, you sort of wake up into a very warm room. There's light just streaming in from the afternoon. There is a small stork sitting up on the back of one of the big plushy armchairs with its head just underneath its wing.
Oh, that's so cute.
And yeah, so
She's
it's about afternoon. There's a note on the coffee table which says out to market, big love heart, ME, Mama Espos, lock up behind you, you know. So yeah, the apartment's empty. Tenzo, you wake up. Amadeus is hard at work, chisel in one hand, a bit of magic coming from the other. He's just going off working on a sculpture of what appears to be a commission, judging from the, you know, that figure looks vaguely familiar from someone up the hill somewhere, up in the North Ward or Sea Ward. Yeah, just the morning, the day is going as any other day in Waterdeep, ending in Y, if the days had names that ended in Y.
This is how you know it's a commission.
Yeah. I lean in and I go, do I recognize? Can I do a history check and see if
yeah, do a history check.
I didn't go to bed, by the way.
Do you need to go to bed?
I think so, but I didn't. Let me see. Do I sleep? I don't know. Did Dan Pierce sleep?
I feel like this is something you should know.
Well, it's not something that was included in the... I don't need to breathe.
We'll say for now you do like the 4-hour downtime that elves and unreborn or whatever they're called do.
All right.
So yeah, you just chill out somewhere quietly for 4 hours. It's not entirely asleep. It's just
I didn't even do that. I went to go figure out this real estate situation, file some reports, get that shit done.
Apparently they don't need to sleep. But they only gain benefits, they spend 8 hours doing light activities. So I guess like what you would be doing, just reading books, that would count as a long rest for you, I bet.
Okay, so you would then be getting a long rest, Charise.
Nice.
Yeah. So where would you be doing this? Are you headed up to just going into the records somewhere in the guard tower? Are you filing with the Wakina? What are we doing at the moment?
Well, if it was a Wakinar family, I imagine they have files on it. It'd probably be a bit faster for me to gain access to those records than down at like City Hall, but so I'll try that. If I can't get anything that way, I'll go to the city. And then as far as filing all the other crap I have to do for warden stuff, I'll just do that at our normal guardhouse.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, the bit of a walk up to the southern end of to where the House of Many Coins are. I'm probably going to release a map showing some of these locations, not only for you guys but for those of you watching along to sort of see where our wardens have been. but say I will get you the name. The where is it in my notes? It's not there. I hate it. So the house belongs to somebody with the last name Tesha, but you're
Tesha?
unfamiliar with the first name. Teshurr. The same name. It's the same last name as Luminor, as you saw from the cover of the book he'd written.
Yeah.
But it's not Luminor's name. It's a name you're unfamiliar with. It looks elven, but you're not familiar with the name.
Alright.
The Wakina records actually show that Luminor Tesha died some time ago, along with his wife, Sethma Tesha.
So the house is available, is what you're telling me.
The house currently is in the name of appears to be owned by what you imagine to be the child of Luminor and Sethma. You can't tell whether it's a son or a daughter just by looking at the name, but it appears to be owned and has been owned for a good 70, 80 years now, I think, by the child of Luminor and Sethma.
Back to my hunch.
All right. Well, I'll find out how I'm gonna go about buying it. But yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work out. I got a few different theories working here at the same time.
Okay, we'll say that in the course of that 8 hours, you can easily walk up to the House of Many Coins, look up information there, get down to the guard post, file some reports there, and then get back to the S-Boss residence about the time the others are waking up. You also walk in and see pretty much everyone but Tenzo passed out in various states on the floor. At some point, Gabe seems to have snuggled up on one of the couches. And there is a stork sitting up on the back of an armchair, just sort of head underneath the wings, with a light little trilling, snoring sound coming from underneath.
I'm gonna go poke the bird.
Okay. I'm going to need a dexterity save from you, please.
Uh-oh. How close am I to this?
You would just be waking up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'd just be coming over now. So I'm going to say you would be hearing the sound of Charise walking in as you're talking to Amadeus, which means you'd be coming in right behind this and seeing it unfold from the doorway.
Yeah, and I go, hey, I gotta go, Dad.
I'm just going to refresh my game log because I still don't see any of Nixie's rolls. There we go. On a 15. Okay. On a 15. We get disadvantage. Okay. On a 15, you see a blur of motion, a small explosion of feathers, and there's this sense of rapid growth. And as you leap backwards away from it instinctively, sitting in a very curious front paws down on the ground, looking up, snapping with its ass up in the air, big third back feet up on the back of the couch, is an owlbear.
Oh, shoot.
Taking a swipe before stopping, looking around with a curious sense of intelligence, and then just sort of collapses back in on itself to William Laura, now currently face down, splayed down the lengths of the chair. And that's where we're going to leave it for this week.
This is
Knock
gonna
it
be
off.
This is gonna be an interesting NPC.
Knock that shit off.
He's a shape changer, man. Yeah. So this will probably have awoken everybody.
This is the
Jess
longest.
sends her regards and apologies, but just had to take care of some business at her
No,
end.
that's not fun.
We will free up our parents to their kids. Thank you, everyone, for a hilarious day. And we will be able to uncover a bit more, or hopefully uncover a bit more of that focusing gem next week on Law and Order. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's so good to be back on the streets of Waterdeep. We will see you in a week's time. And remember, all watchmen are bastards.